Alright, my name's Devin, here with headbanghere.net, here with Chrigele from the Swiss metal band Eluveitie. Got a few questions for you, and I know this is I think the last stop of your tour. You guys have been all over the US a few times and in Europe. What do you find, I guess, the biggest differences in the US and Europe, whether it's the crowds and the venues?
I would say it's basically the venues actually. The crowds are pretty much the same. Usually in Europe, like the venues are just much bigger.
Do you like it better in Europe or do you like it better here?
It depends on the band member. I mean, quite a few of us are actually huge American fans.
Oh yeah?
Personally, I do prefer touring in Europe.
Just like the bigger venues?
Yeah, just like, I don't know.
That's cool. Are there any places in America that you look forward to either playing or even seeing as a tourist that you haven't seen?
Well, I haven't been to the US as a tourist ever, so usually I just know what the concert venues look like.
Do you get any time to really see stuff?
Not too much. Sometimes. I mean, we had on this tour, we had a nice day off in Florida, there was a beach and stuff, so that was quite nice.
Nice.
Usually there's not much.
How about like around the world? Are there any places that you would like to play that you haven't played, whether it's a country or a specific venue or festival?
Well, not a specific venue or festival, but we're really looking forward to playing Japan. We never did so far.
Do you guys have a big following out there that you know of?
How can we know?
Yeah, I guess so. And I know you recently played in India too, right?
Yeah.
How was that?
Crazy.
Crazy?
Yeah, well, it was just different, but like different.
Yeah.
It was a complete brain fog.
Yeah, that's
actually,
like
but in a most positive way, actually.
That's the last place in the world I would expect to see a metal show or metal festival.
Yeah, same for us. But
yeah, that's
pretty quite big, actually.
Another kind of, I guess, a little weird question. I know a lot of my friends from Germany and Europe, whenever they come to the U.S., biggest complaint are the American toilets. Do you have any thoughts on that between what you're used to at home?
Yeah, they're terrible.
That's what everybody says. And they always end up breaking them. Every friend I have that comes to my house breaks the toilet.
What? How?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have to fix it. I guess they clog it. You know, the European toilets are stronger.
Okay.
We'll keep it at that, I guess.
I don't know. Well, usually toilets in the venues, it's just like, I mean, they're never clean, they're always broken, there's hardly ever soap and stuff.
Yeah. So European toilets and bathrooms are better?
Well, they're usually just clean and working, and
And I know you guys too, there's 8 of you in the band, which, you know, is more than your typical band. I know it's hard enough with a band of, 4 or 5 people. As far as the money goes, how do you guys do that? Do you have jobs like at home to kind of bring in some extra money, or are you able to live on playing music?
Yeah, actually we're living.
You are?
Music. I mean, we have like 2 people in the band, but still have more or less regular jobs. Sorry. Yeah, but yeah, basically.
Good to hear. One of the things that I always notice with Eluveitie is that I can listen to it. If you were to take out the folk instruments, it's awesome metal. If you were to take out the metal instruments, it's still great folk music. Is that something that you guys kind of purposely try to do to maintain your metal roots, but then also have a significant folk part, or is that just kind of what comes out when you guys write music?
Yeah, well, I would say it's a little bit both. I mean, that's just what kind of naturally comes out. But yeah, it's cool to hear that you feel that way about the music, because I think that's basically what it is about. Because we don't think we're playing folk metal. We'd rather think that we're just like a metal band plus a folk band. We're just simply playing together.
Play Eluveitie and whatever that is what you are, I guess.
So yeah.
Because I remember specifically one time I was listening, my iPod, I was listening to one of your albums, and I I stopped and I was thinking, I was like this metal, this is good metal. It's not just like a cool thing because of the folk aspect of it, but I don't know. It like dawned on me one night where like this is actually pretty kick-ass metal too. So I really like that. I know you also have a lot of non-traditional instruments like the hurdy-gurdy, violin, and different stuff that are not really typical to metal. Do you have any plans or thoughts or anything of incorporating other instruments to any future endeavors at all?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, right now I'm just learning more.
Okay.
And yeah, whenever some nice instruments come up, like or someone finds something nice, we can include that. I mean, the main thing is it's like we basically only use like chemical instruments.
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of them we haven't used so far.
Yeah, because that's a really cool aspect. Like different bands that kind of do that, I'm into personally, and I like that you guys. It's not just you have like one violin or one something. It's like a whole mix of things. And I imagine, I know in past reviews I've read during your mixing process of the album that it's quite a bitch to do, and I can certainly imagine getting all those sounds. How does that transfer over with playing live, with getting your sound to actually sound good and make sure everybody can be heard?
Well, I guess it's just something that everyone needs experience.
Yeah, I guess at this time.
But we had quite a hard time doing that at the beginning, but like over the years, you know, get to know the instruments and just the frequency spots they need and stuff. So I mean, we're handling that quite well today, I guess. I hope. But
I'll let you know. Another thing I wanted to ask you about, I know you have several tattoos, and they seem to be, I guess, tell me if I'm wrong, but Celtic of origin maybe. Do any of your tattoos? Because I know I've seen on some like Eluveitie logos and different stuff. I know the one on your hand, for example. I've seen that design. Yeah, that one. I've seen that design on some like artwork, I guess. Do you like? I'm just asking, what's like the background on your personal tattoo?
well, it's basically
collage?
not. There's not too much money. It's just like typical traditional Celtic ornaments.
Why are you personally so into that scene? Anything like growing up, or is it just kind of what you like and what you're into?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, in a way it's kind of natural since I grew up in Switzerland. I mean, yeah, you hear all those stories about like the Celtic times and all that. You hear that in school already, and it's just like has always been there. It's always kind of part of it.
So part of your culture, part of you. Learn more about it. Another thing I noticed too, especially with the most recent album, there's a bit more of female vocals from I think Anna, who does probably more of them. Is that something you guys did on purpose, or is it like you didn't really know she could sing that well before? How did that come about as far as her having more of a role?
Yeah, well, these things just kind of fall into place. I mean, it's not that we decide something like that.
Right.
It's just, yeah, I mean, when we're like writing music, things just come up quite naturally out of intuition.
Yeah, so that's cool. Another question, which you kind of touched on before, when you're on tour and you have some free time, whether that's, I guess, just driving, but what do you guys do to kill time to, in between shows? Anything you guys specifically like to do, or just computer?
Yeah. Even nerds with their MacBooks and iPod things and like Angry Birds.
Angry Birds?
Yeah.
Like an iPhone game?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, some of us do, and we're reading quite a lot. So.
I got just one more question for the interview for you. And unfortunately I found about this too late. The Eluveitie contest where you're having fans submit like videos and they could actually play with you guys on stage. I think that's like one of the coolest things I've ever heard of. Like rarely do bands ever do that. I can only think of two personally. One time I saw In Flames play where they invited a guy up to do vocals.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. And then I know Machine Head did it. They had, I guess, some guy had like a sign that said I can play this song or whatever, so they brought him up and let him play. But how did you guys come up with that idea? Like, why did you decide to do that?
Well, we're just always trying to like do funny or like original stuff. Like, we just try to think of things like that and come up with things like that.
How has it worked out thus far with the people that you've had?
It was had a lot of fun, I would say.
Have you had anything that you didn't expect? What somebody did?
Yeah, yesterday we had a fiddle player who was actually a viola player.
Okay.
And she did some really, really cool stuff. Like, I mean, when I heard it the first time, it was like, damn, she should have come up with that like before we recorded the album, because would have been really cool to have it there.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, as far as that goes, I hope you guys do that again because, like I said, I heard about it too late. If I knew about it earlier, you'd have one of my videos too. But I think I really do think that's an awesome idea. And if you guys, keep that in mind, at least from a fan's perspective, definitely do that in the future.
Yeah, we'll always do things like that.
Yeah, I definitely look forward to that. Well, I appreciate you taking the time. New album's been out for a little while now, but regardless, I recommend everybody pick it up as well as Slani and anything you guys put out, even Evocation. Hands down, not just saying that because you're here. I love the music, and I really think from beginning to end, it's awesome. So,
Thank you very much.
yep.